this is Lucky Robin, and I just got my first package of seeds in the mail today from Victory Seeds. It looks like it's got shoe prints on both sides of it, so thank you very much, USPS, for your #1 care of our products that we order. And yeah, I got quite a few seeds. So they don't come in super pretty packages, but I will tell you what I got. I got Snow's Fancy Pickling Cucumbers. He seemed to have quite a good track record for prolific production. I got Gill's Red Heart Tomato. It's a very vibrant red. It's very prolific. The goal this year is to have super prolific plants in my garden. Nebraska Wedding is an orange tomato. Real excited about this one. It's a true orange. And it's a decent size. And again, this is supposed to be prolific. Radishes, I got the Easter egg blend so that we would have a few different colors. Spinach, I got Bloomsdale Longstanding. I got this because it's not supposed to bolt easily, that it'll last longer into hot weather than others. Got Black Beauty Zucchini. This is one you can't save the seed from, but it's such a prolific producer, and it's a bush, and I don't like zucchini that takes over the entire garden. And we've just been really happy with this dark green zucchini for flavor, and it actually lasts a long time in the fridge too, a little bit longer than some of the other zucchini varieties I've grown. Okay, I got Purple Top White Globe turnips. We're going to grow turnips this year. I have not grown turnips before, but we like them, and I figure they're cannable, so we can can them. Got Opalka tomatoes. I haven't grown these in a couple of years, but they are paste tomato, and they really do well as a diced tomato for canning. And I really like how long they get and how big they get. They can get up to, I've had them be from the tip of my middle finger to the end of my wrist in size, and about that big around. There's been a few that were even that big around. So they're nice. They're a real prolific producer. I got Orange King tomatoes as well. These ones are a semi-determinate, so that means they're somewhere in between the indeterminate ones that grow forever really tall, and a determinate which grows to a certain size and puts on all of its flowers at once and all of its tomatoes at once. This one will grow to about 5 feet, I believe it was, and it'll produce all summer. So it's not a short production time period. I got Bergen pole beans. These are a purple green bean, and they're a little bit flatter than some green beans, but they're again supposed to be real high producers, and they are supposed to be real easy for canning. So we'll see. I could not get the cocoa ones from here because they didn't have them, but I did order them from Fedco, so we will see. It's only got, I believe, 25 seeds in here, but the plan is to grow it and save at least enough seeds to do an entire batch next year instead of just a few. I got, if I say this right, Ananashii. I don't know. Yellow zucchini. You can try to read that word yourself. And this is a straight yellow zucchini that I believe you can save the seeds from. I got some sweet meat squash. I may not actually need these seeds. I have some that I saved from the last time I grew these, but that was a couple years ago, and I always like to hedge my bets. This is an incredible squash for the Pacific Northwest or people with a light growing climate. It keeps for, I've actually had some keep for 14 months, but 10 to 12 is generally standard. And of course, like with any squash, you have to check them like a hawk, probably from the 6-month mark on. But again, I've not had any that have gone bad before 10 months before, and I try to avoid them going bad at all. And these will feed you for a good long time. One of them will probably give you, 8 to 12 cups, depending on the size of a squash. Got some French breakfast radish, just because I like these. These are like a regular radish, but longer. They can grow about 4 inches long or so, and just a little more convenient, I find. And they don't really take much longer than the standard 30 days, I believe, to grow. Well, no, actually these ones say 20 days to harvest, so, well, I don't really believe that, though. I think it's closer to 32, 33 days based on from growing it before. Got Romanesco broccoli. That's the ones with the tight little roundish heads that go up in a triangle, like little pyramids. It's bright green. Looks like little spaceships, sort of. That's how it's been described, at least in some of the catalogs. Got purple plum radish, just because I like to have a variety in colors. That's a 30-day one. I got some red acre cabbage. These, I believe, have a very long storage time, and I don't think they get quite as big as most cabbages, but we go through a smaller cabbage a lot easier than we go through a larger cabbage once we cut into one. So I think they're supposed to be 4 pounds as opposed to 8 or 9. I got some Zolostisty peppers, I believe. This is a new one to me, but I believe that they are yellow. Yes, it says they are yellow. They are a sweet pepper, and they are extremely prolific. Got bok choy. Not much to say about that. It's just a nice little thing to chop up and stick in stir fries. I got some Perfection cabbage. This is a green cabbage. Probably more for sauerkraut than for fresh eating or for cabbage rolls. I got Nabuka Evergreen bunching onions. These particular bunching onions, which are, scallions basically, they will overwinter, and they will form little bulbs over the winter, and then you can pull them up in spring and replant them into their own sections. So they are kind of like I don't know. I figure they're probably similar to the walking onions and the walking garlic, the Egyptian walking garlic. So I like that. I like that they'll overwinter here, and it'd be nice, first thing in spring to be able to pull some of these and eat them. I picked jalapeno, just not a special brand or anything, just a regular jalapeno. And then a Neapolitan pepper, and these ones I believe were either orange or red, but they're more of a long pepper, sweet pepper, than like a traditional bell. I got, this is another one with a funny name. It's probably Czech. Hajdushik, maybe? Another prolific one. No, it's not Czech, it's Polish. It says right there on the package. But it doesn't get super tall. It's a nice compact, but lots of peppers. It produces a ton. And again, I want to have as many things in the garden as I can that are super prolific so that I can have a lot of different things. Got the Atomic Red Carrot. It's kind of a scarlety purple carrot that is orange on the inside. And they say that it's supposed to be red, but from my experience growing them, not so much. Cosmic Purple, that one's a dark purple and can be quite fat. I did not have good luck with these the last time I planted, but I wanted to try them again because we'll have a different soil situation this year since we're rebuilding the garden pretty much from scratch. I got the Harris Early Model Parsnip. They tend to be fatter, but they are also a shorter growing season, 85 to 90 days instead of 120 days. And they'll overwinter easily here, so we can leave them in the ground and pull them out as we want to. They get a little thicker around. They don't have as much of a taper as a traditional parsnip, but they still do taper, just a little bit bigger on the pointy end. I got some single mix nasturtiums, so there's have 3 or 4 different colors of nasturtiums in them. We like nasturtiums to eat in salads, and plus you can dry the flower buds before they open and they'll be peppery, so you can have on hand something that's peppery that you could add to your food if something were to happen and you couldn't get pepper anymore. I know it's a long shot of that, but it is one of the alternatives to pepper. And if you're allergic to peppercorns, this would be a nice little, the buds and the plants themselves, the flowers themselves, and the leaves. You can eat the leaves too, and they're very peppery and they're good in salads. Next, I got the Kuroda carrot. It, I believe, is just an orange. Yeah, bright orange. Roots that are 7 to 9 inches long, and they make a nice thick stump at the top. Super sweet. And these ones, I believe, are open pollinated, so you can save the seed. But with carrots, of course, it's a 2-year process to save seeds. I got regular Anaheim hot peppers. They're hot if you let them go red. If they're just green, I think they're pretty darn mild. Poblano or ancho. The difference between a poblano pepper and an ancho pepper is, or ancho, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, is that when it's a poblano, it's fresh, and when it's ancho, it is dried and powdered generally. I got an all sorts mix of annual sunflowers. So these ones are probably not the ones that you're going to be saving seed from for eating at all. But I just wanted pretty sunflowers in the garden. Sometimes it's just as important to have flowers to bring the bees in to help with pollinating the vegetables. Next, I got long red cayenne. I would dry my own cayenne peppers and grind it for use in my spices. It tastes way better than anything out there that you get out of a jar from the store. There's just nothing that beats your own peppers that you dry yourself and powder. And then I got some early white Vienna kohlrabi. I like these ones. They're rounder. They don't take as long, and they're great for spring. Some kohlrabi do better in the fall. But these ones do really, really good in the spring. And kohlrabi is one of my absolute favorite vegetables. It's a weird looking one, but it's really good. It's good raw, it's good cooked, and the greens are edible as well. So that's what I've gotten so far. I'm still expecting an order from Fedco, and I haven't made orders from a couple of the other seed companies yet because they have not put their newest seeds up. They said the later half of this month, so I'll be expecting them soon, just not yet. And so that's what I got so far. Busy planting the garden. Like I said, we're going to have to redo the whole thing from scratch. Well, maybe not the whole thing, but the one whole field from scratch. It's just, we had some issues with wooden boxes, and we're going to replace them with cinder blocks this year. So anyway, this is the start of my plan. I'm going to be starting my seeds indoors this year, but not quite yet because first frost date is, or the last frost date rather, is around April 15th. So I will probably start them mid-February to late February, maybe even 1st of March. We've had a very mild winter this year. We did have some snow, but we still have petunias out there that are alive, and a couple other plants that usually do not overwinter here. So the snow was just an insulator, and then it's been pretty warm above freezing, usually in the 40s. So we may have a very nice spring. Usually when we have a mild winter like this, we have an excellent early spring. So I can hope. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for listening. Bye.